Welcome everyone to episode 15 of the Brewhouse podcast, a podcast between two brothers where we talk about gaming, tech, entertainment, and everything in between. It's a big week coming up here. We're both really excited for the Game of Thrones premiere. So just to give you guys a heads up, we will be doing a weekly episode dedicated to Game of Thrones only. We were just talking before we started recording, and we think the best idea would be to, watch it Sunday night, record Monday, and then post Tuesday, and then just do a normal episode on probably upload every Friday. This episode, though, is going to be talking about our Avengers Endgame predictions, kind of what we think is going to happen. Just talking about the movie in general.
Just the hype surrounding the movie.
Yeah, so I mean, just to give you guys an idea, like people were predicting this movie to be big. I've seen tweets on Twitter saying Avengers Endgame advanced ticket sale outpaced advanced ticket sales of Aquaman, The Last Jedi, Infinity War, and Captain Marvel combined. And Jonathan and I
think it's twice the combined amount of all those already.
Yeah. So I mean, I personally think it's going to pass Avatar for like highest grossing worldwide.
It's probably going to be the only movie in the next 10 to 20 years that could do it. The only one that might be able to do it is if the next big bosses they build up to maybe Secret Wars, or when they have X-Men in the same world, they have something like that they're building up to.
Yeah, so getting into what we think is going to happen, there's a bunch of different theories. We're both kind of on the same page as, I guess, the most popular ones, where they kind of use the quantum realm to either go back in time, or the quantum realm is somehow connected to where the people that got snapped went, so it'd be technically inside the Soul Stone. Yeah,
alternate dimensions.
Yeah, so they're gonna we think they're both gonna go, or we both think they're gonna go back in time to get the 6 Infinity Stones from other, I guess, dimensions, realities, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And so I think there's going to be 2 big battles, actually. I think
there's going to be 3. I guarantee you. 3.
So one of them will definitely be they're going to go to where there's Thanos' homeworld, which is New Titan, where he has his K-Kona stuff going on and he's farming.
Yep. First 30 minutes, that's going to happen. Yeah. They're going to get their butt whipped.
Yeah, they're going to get their asses whipped. Like, even with Captain Marvel, they're just going to get destroyed.
Well, yeah, because you noticed in the trailer so far that Iron Man and Hulk aren't in it. So chances are, it's, from what it seems, is Iron Man and Nebula get home probably in the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then Nebula gives them information on his new planet, what he was going to do. And they have access to the ship, so she repairs it, yada, yada, yada.
And Captain Marvel thinks she's all that, and
yeah, I mean, rightfully so. I mean, she's pretty much just been honing her power for the past 20 years and has no real challenge. So Tony Stark gets back, sees Pepper, and pretty much they go on a hiatus.
Yeah.
And at some point, which we can get into later, or maybe once after we see the movie, there's a huge time skip somewhere in the movie because multiple things. I mean, you have
Scarlett Johansson's
her hair, but also his armor, it jumps like 30 marks because in Infinity War, I think that's the Mark 50 something, but the one he has is Mark 70.
Yeah,
that they shown in the clips. So there's a time skip. So he doesn't go. I'm assuming he doesn't go to Titan. They get their butt handed. They retreat, and then probably halfway during the movie, if not. I don't know if that's at the end. That might be. It's hard to see because all the explosions. He goes to Earth. So
Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos.
Yeah, he goes and he probably blows up the Avengers facility. And
but I'm trying to wonder if that's before or after they're in their white suits going to the alternate.
Yeah, I don't know. So did you see the? Of course, there's always spoilers run rampant. The biggest spoilers for Infinity War and Endgame are actually toys. Did you see the toys for this one?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's how we knew they had the quantum suits. And
did you see the Hulk one? It's like Professor Hulk. Yeah.
I mean, that's been a long going speculation. They've had a concept art that I want to say that probably came out the same time we first saw those screenshots where they had like the wrist thing where they had the time control device. but they had him in his own, his spandex suit that grows with him.
Yeah.
And Professor Hulk is obviously it seems like they've been building towards that with the back and forth between Banner and Hulk, where they've become a compromise where it's Banner's, intelligence, but Hulk's strength.
Yeah. And so for the spoiler for Infinity War was Thor had Stormbreaker in his toy.
Yes.
Like his toy had Stormbreaker, which, it was, once again, it was theorized that Stormbreaker would be, because Hulk needed a new weapon. I mean, he was still the strongest Avenger, arguably, without it.
Yeah.
But to beat Thanos, you're going to need, something stronger than that. So, the hype for this movie is just insane. What is it, 22 movies leading up to this? 23?
Yeah, 22. This will be a 23rd movie.
Now, one thing I am concerned about is where's Marvel going to go from here? Because
where do you think they're going to go?
Well, no, I have an idea where they're going to go, but like how are they going to build upon this, and this won't be the peak?
Well, they have a lot. I watched a video the other day. They have a lot of other bad guys that the MCU hasn't used, and I mean a lot of notable bad guys. I mean, okay, imagine a whole arc around Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that's true.
A couple movie arc around Doctor Doom. I mean, you have Galactus, you have the Secret Wars, where I think he's the Observer, which teleports him to his own planet and like pits them against each other. You can have the Marvel. You can have the Avengers versus the X-Men type thing.
But I think they'll do that. I think that'll be to introduce them.
I think Fantastic Four is coming before X-Men. I mean, Kevin Feige has come out and said that
X-Men won't be there for
a long way away. 5
years at least away. No, he said 5 years until the first movie comes out. Until
they're together. They're probably going to do like an X-Men movie in the Marvel universe, but you're not going to see the crossover.
Yeah.
You will probably see a Fantastic Four person in there. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they just Silver Surfer shows up or something in the post-credit scene.
Because in the Infinity Gauntlet comic, it's Silver Surfer that goes to warn Doctor Strange, not Bruce Banner.
Well, Silver Surfer is ultimately tied to Galactus too, so they could CGI him. He doesn't need to have a voice or anything like that. Just like a rough CGI, like off in the distance, where you can just see off in the distance, you just see like a surfboard, like a silver image blur by Earth or something like that, and that's all they have to. That's all they have to do, and that would be big enough hype to think about what would happen next.
Yeah. So I'm curious on your thoughts of like who's gonna die and who's gonna stay dead.
Tony's gonna die.
I think so too.
What's your
reasoning?
He's gonna. Well, I mean, age is one thing.
You want to hear mine?
Robert Downey Jr. See what?
They made him too strong in Infinity War. I don't want to say too strong, but they made him his strongest, and that's like his peak. And Jesus Christ, and they won't have anywhere to go with him from there. Because if he stays that strong, or gets stronger, like he's in Infinity War, he puts up the biggest fight against Thanos besides the Hulk and Thor, technically. Thor. But so I think that's why I think he's gonna die.
I think he's gonna die, and he's gonna die in an essence, but his character's still gonna be around because he's gonna. He's pretty much going to be the new Jarvis.
Yeah.
So he's going to implant himself like that, and he's going to be pretty much, he's still going to be able to help out, say, Spider-Man, help coach him up, be able to help coach up whoever is going to be the next Iron Man.
Yeah.
Captain America, I think he's going to walk away.
I think so too.
I don't think he's necessarily going to die. I mean, it's obviously Tony and Cap are going to be the two big ones. Anybody else? Scarlet Witch. I don't think she's going to die unless her movie. They've announced her movie is going to be a prequel. Then the guy from Stranger Things is going to be in it too. Hawkeye's not going to die. They've already confirmed
a series for him.
Have his own TV show series on the new Disney streaming platform where he's training his successor, which is probably the girl that you see in the previews.
So you think that's Kate Bishop, or are they going to replace Kate Bishop with his daughter?
I mean, it could be a spin of Kate Bishop, but it also could be his daughter. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's who else? Hulk isn't gonna die.
Mm-hmm. None of the main people, none of the people that have main movies in the next phase are gonna die. That's
Thor's not gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Captain Marvel's not gonna die.
Yeah, Black Panther's.
I mostly meant between Iron Man and Captain America, because those two characters are like not necessarily done after this movie, but their major roles are done.
If you pay attention to any press recently, I mean, you think it's going to be Captain America is going to pass away just from Steve Rogers, and he's gone on talk shows recently saying that he tweeted out saying, it's finally over, it's a final conclusion. He was just really emotional about it. Yeah. He said he tweeted about it. So he's just saying, it's an overall arc that's ending, and he could pass, but I'm almost leaning more towards Tony.
Yeah, I 100% think Iron Man's going to die. Just like I said, they made him his best in Infinity War, and to me, there's nowhere they can go with this story.
Well, that's his like one of the top of the line suits. Now he has more advanced suits than that, but they're few and far in between.
Yeah. So
I think if anything, if they don't die, they're both gonna retire permanently and just disappear.
Yeah. Maybe Tony like goes off with Pepper like for good now, and Cap, I don't know.
And Happy doesn't die because he's in Far From Home.
Yep, that's true.
Yep, and that takes place immediately after this. So I don't know. It's iffy. They could go a multitude of ways. Now it's also Disney, so who knows if they're gonna kill anybody off altogether.
Well, it's also the comic book universe, so nobody's ever technically dead for good, but
yeah, because I mean, look at Loki. Loki's supposedly dead, but he's coming back in his own show. That's going to be more so him traveling through time and his own adventures. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm open. I'm expecting anybody could die, but besides the people that have already had confirmed movies, but
yeah.
Other than Spider-Man, we don't know what's coming next. They have a slate of movies that I want to say they have the next 4 years of movies already planned without X-Men movies.
Yeah.
So it's like anything we purchase from Fox.
Yeah, it's like Black Panther 2, Spider-Man 2, Doctor Strange 2, Captain Marvel 2,
Ant-Man the Wasp 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really awesome. I mean, I know I'm going to see it at least twice that weekend.
Yeah, we're going together at the 6:30 showing on Thursday. And then we'll probably go to like the very first showing Saturday or Sunday morning.
We'll probably do a spoiler-free review Friday, post it immediately. And Saturday we'll go see it again. We'll come back and do a spoiler review. Yeah.
That might have to be one where we do like together, like in this same location. We could probably pull that off. Yeah, so we are 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away.
2 full weeks away, yes.
Yeah, so we are both very excited. We are both very passionate about the or the cinematic universe of Marvel.
No, you said you're not rewatching any. Are you gonna do the last two? You're gonna do what, like Ragnarok and Infinity War, or?
I'll probably do Ragnarok. Yeah, Ragnarok and Infinity War. It's one of those things where, dude, I've seen the Marvel movies so many times.
Oh, I have too, but I mean, they're so rewatchable. Yeah. Now I've seen everyone multiple times except for Captain Marvel because it just came out, and Black Panther are the only ones that I haven't rewatched.
I've seen Black Panther 3 times since it came out. Once in theaters and twice because I got the steelbook of it, so I watched the steelbook. Right. And then watched it pretty recently.
How's that CGI at the end?
Oh yeah.
So bad.
You see more Wakanda in Infinity War than you do in Black Panther.
Yeah. Last time, leading up to Infinity War, we watched them all on their release schedule, and now I'm doing it chronologically. So I just finished Winter Soldier, and I just started Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm probably about halfway, which is not bad because these last few movies I know I'm just going to be able to, knock out real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, the last ones get really good. The last ones you get like Guardians 2, Civil War.
Guardians 2 is right after Guardians 1.
I know, but I meant like after Guardians 1.
Guardians 1, Guardians 2, Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the stronger half. Like,
yeah, but then you also have Doctor Strange in there, Black Panther. I liked Ant-Man 1 before Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I thought the first Ant-Man was better than the second one. The second one was good. Yeah, and it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it, but you really only need to see the post-credit scene for that.
Spider-Man in there. And then, yeah. So, Avengers Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Ant-Man the Wasp, Doctor Strange, Ragnarok, Infinity War, and then Endgame.
Yeah. So, we will, like you said, we're going to see it Thursday night. We'll do a non-spoiler review. A little, probably 10-15 minute recording on Friday. We'll see it I bet on us seeing it Saturday morning.
Yeah, we can go do a podcast right after.
And then, podcast immediately. And then post that Saturday. That one will be long. That one will probably be at least an hour.
At least.
Because you just froze. But you're good now.
No.
Because our Captain Marvel one was like, let me see. I think it was like 42 minutes or something.
Yeah, 42 minutes, and we're talking about a lot of things now.
We went in very in depth on the Captain Marvel one. Like, we talked about everything that happened in the movie. Our Captain Marvel one was 44 minutes. So Endgame, it'll be at least an hour.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. And probably another hour talking about any post-credit scenes.
Yeah. So just to recap again, Game of Thrones is starting on Sunday.
So that one will go up Tuesday.
And then we will record either Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, post a new episode on Friday. Hasn't really been any gaming news recently. We had Borderlands 3 announced, set up Star Wars Fallen Order. And it was not announced yet. It's being announced on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, it's
EA, but it's coming from Respawn, who's probably the best developer that EA has besides BioWare in their prime.
But it's a Star Wars game coming from EA, and it's recently the Star Wars
Knights of the Old Republic too. That's the Old Republic one.
But how long ago was that?
I know, but it's a Star Wars game from EA.
I know, but that's what I was trying to say. It's been so long since we've had a good Star Wars game in general.
Yeah. I don't know. The Star Wars games they've made that are only single player generally turn out pretty good.
You know what I want? I just thought of. I want a From Software Star Wars game.
Yes.
Give me that.
That would be insane.
Bloodborne, Dark Souls type Star Wars game.
I want either that, or I just want CD Projekt Red to go and make a Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Do like Cyberpunk and The Witcher and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of gaming conversations coming up because we're getting closer to E3. We're probably gonna see Xbox's new console. Days Gone's coming out. I'm on the fence about pre-ordering the collector's edition of that. I got the collector's edition of Uncharted 4 and Uncharted 3 on the PlayStation 3, and those collector's editions are just so awesome.
Yeah. So that's the future for the podcast, really. The topics for the Friday episodes will range, from usual, we pretty much talk about anything in the tech or gaming industry.
And we're gonna have a lot of Game of Thrones focus. Because we like Game of Thrones and it's good. It's the last season, so we might want to pick up something, like a show, depending on what's coming out, or we can just review any good movie that's coming out, or see how that does, and we can go forward with that if we like that status. Because we're gonna have to consider whenever the Star Wars show comes out,
we'll probably do an episode or a podcast for each one of those episodes if it's good enough.
If it's HBO, it's gonna be released weekly rather than Netflix, where they release the entire season a day.
And then we'll also have the Game of Thrones prequels show next year.
You saw they're doing a 2-hour behind the scenes filming of the last season the week after.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'll always watch like the behind the scenes stuff at the end of each episode.
Some people don't like watching it. I like watching it. I like watching its tidbits and stuff. Sometimes it's dumb. Yeah, it really is. But then sometimes you're like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, they're calling it the last watch.
All right. So before we end, I know this is Game of Thrones related. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I don't know mine either. Give me your top 3 episodes of Game of Thrones.
Top three: Hard Home's 1, Battle of the Bastards 2, Battle for Blackwater is 3. I mean, those are generic, but
yeah,
those are my fair. I liked Hard Home. Probably, yeah, Hard Home's probably number 1, because I mean that's whenever you
it's whenever you see how badass the Night King is.
Yeah, you see how badass the Night King is, but then also John kills the White Walker.
Yeah. My top 3, number 1, Winds of Winter, season 6 finale, where Cersei blows up the Sept of Baelor, and you find out Jon is Rhaegar and Lyanna's son. Number 2 is probably Battle of the Bastards, and then number 3 is Reigns of Castamere, the Red Wedding. Yep. Because to me, that's like the biggest what the fuck moment in television history. Yeah. Because
it's definitely one of them.
That's when I started watching. You've been watching like live from season 2 or season 1?
Halfway through season 2.
And I started watching live halfway through season 3. And I never read the books. So I literally started watching the show, and then the Reigns of Castamere happened. Like caught up two episodes from when I started watching. Yeah. So it just blew my mind. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for our endgame predictions. Be sure to let us know what you think down below. If you post spoilers, nothing major has, I say major. The plot of the movie hasn't leaked yet, but don't be that person to post spoilers if it does.
Yeah, and also we have to keep in mind that supposedly everything that they've shown only happens in the first 20-30 minutes.
Yeah,
I think some of it may be later on, but
and if you paid attention to the Infinity War trailers, you know the Russos switch things up, doctor, video, change everything up. So I wouldn't bet on a lot of the stuff we've seen in the trailers even being in the movie. So that was our endgame predictions. Be sure to follow whatever platform you're listening on: Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, YouTube. We're gonna need to figure out if we're gonna keep streaming. We're definitely gonna stream one of the episodes. We might do the Game of Thrones one actually. That'll be good because we'll have a lot of interaction in the chat for that one because a bunch of people. Yeah, Monday
watch. Night, I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah. So if we do stream it, it'll be probably Monday nights, like we said. Twitch.tv/Brewski. It'll probably be around 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so, 8:30.
Yeah. So like I said, go ahead and leave a like, follow whatever platform you're listening on, and we appreciate y'all watching.
Keep gaming.
We'll see y'all later. Peace.